Hello and welcome back to iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. This is Uncut Civilization VI. We last left our burgeoning empire in a very comfortable position, and we were preparing to start up a new city in a less than ideal location. Thankfully though, the comment section came to our aid. Jesse Date provided us with some invaluable advice on where to settle our next city, so Jesse, thanks for watching and thanks for the advice. There's a surprise for you at the end, so stay tuned. And everybody else that's watching should stay tuned as well, because this is fun, so let's get into it. And here we go. We are back once again in Civilization VI, and it is time to get it poppin'. I was reading through the comments, and a man by the name of Jesse Dates gave me a tremendous piece of advice about where to settle. And this area right here, I don't know how I didn't notice that it was so plentiful, so lush, so ready for the conquering. We got crabs, we got fish, we got more fish, we got horse, we got double deer. It's incredible. So this is where we are going to send our currently available settler, and then probably the next one I will use to get this iron, because we don't have access to iron yet, and iron is important, kind of, right? So anyway, let's get into it, man. We got to go straight to the next turn. We left off right at the end. Boom, and it looks like there's actually a barbarian camp that is spawning horsemen nearby, and that is a problem. So we're gonna have to deal with that as quickly as possible, because barbarians are not a joke, and they spawned another horseman. So this is a problem. This is a problem. It's sort of hampering my plans a little bit, because I'm gonna have to divert some of my resources to building military, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it. So we're gonna start this settler on the path to righteousness. It's gonna take him a little while to actually travel over there. Probably by the end of this session, he will actually be in a position to settle. But you know, what are you gonna do? And I'm actually gonna have to move this builder as well, because I was originally thinking about settling right here just for the iron, but it's not a great spot to settle. So Jesse Dates, once again, thank you for enlightening me on the proper place where I should be looking to settle. Oh man, barbarians. I'm gonna have to buy an archer, because screw these barbarians. Enough is enough. I'm not dealing with this. I'm just gonna go ahead and fortify this warrior. He's gonna take a pounding. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna fortify him. I'm gonna run him inside the walls, and then I'm gonna fortify him. All right, that feels better. And then we got to deal with this guy. But yeah, I haven't played Civ in a couple of days, but Civ is not one of those games where if you stop playing it, then all of a sudden you get horrible at it. You know, you can not play Civ for a month and then come back to it, and you'll still be good at Civ. But with Titanfall, for example, if I stop playing Titanfall for a day, it is over forever. I will be terrible. I'll never be able to. I'll get no kills. It'll be the worst experience ever. And the reason I bring that up is because I started playing Final Fantasy XIV again. That's a really fun game.
Don't reinvent the wheel. Just realign it.
And in keeping with the topic of the quote, it feels like I'm trying to reinvent the wheel when I'm playing that game, because all the mechanics and the just the hot part. Okay, for anybody that's never played an MMO before, or anybody that has played an MMO, I feel like you know what I'm getting at. But it's this thing where you got to remake your hotbars, and it's like, okay, where does this button go? Where does that button go? This guy is going to pillage my fucking farm. Oh my goodness. This is... I can't even afford to buy another archer. This is not good. Well, at least I've got these guys sort of rushing over from halfway across the universe trying to get to me, but it's going to be a minute. This barbarian camp is going to prove to be a very serious problem. And the real question of the day is, can scouts capture settlers? Because if they can, I'm going to be very upset. But if they can't, I'm going to keep moving on the path. because I got to get to that new city as quickly as possible. And this scout, there's not even anywhere for this guy to go, but I'm going to keep him exploring, just, you know, see if maybe he'll uncover something extra. I suppose the bright side to this terrible situation is that I have this section of the map on lockdown. So this is officially my home. Like, nobody can come up here unless they get a boat and sail all the way around. I feel like I should close all my borders just to ensure that nothing bad happens to my territory, because this is mine. It's me and Laventa up here. We not messing with nobody else. And I just got an envoy with them again. I feel like I should be going for something faith oriented because they are the only city state I have met, and they are a faith city state. Let's actually see how that's affecting things in the world rankings. I'm in second place for science. I'm in 8th place for religious because I am not generating a lot of faith. But I could if I capitalize on the fact that I have a faith city state. So, wow. This is a problem. This is a very serious problem. And it looks like the horsemen are actually kind of trying to capture my settler. So I'm gonna, like, I don't want to move him back. So, like, okay, if you're playing Civilization and you're role playing a little bit and you really think about what exactly is going on in this situation, yeah, Laventa rushing to my aid. They're gonna defend me. Fuck out of here. But if you really think, wait, what? Your promise broken. You promised to the Chinese Empire to move the troops on the borders has been broke. What Man, bro, my boat is just chilling here. Like, I hate the AI sometimes. They get on my nerves. But you know, if you role play a little bit and you sort of think about what's actually going on, the idea is that, okay, there's this caravan of settlers and they're going, you know, they're going to settle. They're just a bunch of families and a bunch of regular people traveling across the lands. And all of a sudden they get word from their ancient era text messages that, yo, barbarians are coming for you. And that's kind of scary to think that there is a group of murderous and murdering barbarians roaming across the lands in which you are traveling with no armaments, no defenses at all. Like, that's freaking scary, man. That's freaking scary. To put it in the context, it's essentially like walking through a bad neighborhood, right? And right now, my settlers are walking through the worst neighborhood imaginable. But we're gonna fix it. We're gonna make it better. We're gonna have to start focusing on a little bit of military here. So we're gonna get a spearman out of here. This settler is gonna have to stay where he is because if I move him, he will. Oh, wait a minute. He can set sail. Fuck. See, these guys are in a good neighborhood now. But yeah, it's a cool concept, and it's essentially like they're walking through a bad neighborhood and trying to get out. You know, anybody that lives in the hood, quote unquote. You know, you ever have to walk through the projects to get home because it's slightly quicker than walking around them. That's what it's like right now. And it looks like something just popped up. I got a trading post created between, I suppose, Sheffield and Laventa. These barbarians are out of control. This is a real war going on between the barbarian hordes. I like it, though. I like it. And all things considered, this is going pretty well.
Set your course by the stars, not by the lights of every passing ship.
Brilliant. Omar Bradley is a very intelligent man, and Sean Bean makes him sound even better. So we're gonna go. What are we gonna do next? Okay, I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea, and this might not be the greatest idea ever, but I very seldom get this far in the technology tree. I wanna unlock printing, but I also wanna boost it. So I'm not just gonna straight up hard research that, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a slightly roundabout path, right? I'm gonna go for mathematics, and then I'm gonna go for educate. Oh no, apprenticeship. Okay, I'm gonna go for mathematics, and then we'll come back to that. All right, we'll come back to it because I want to make use of as many boosts as possible. I want to get all the boosts that I possibly can to make things efficient. All right, so the cool thing that's going on right now is that our city has walls around it, and it can actually defend itself against barbarians. So London is actually in a really good spot. Now Sheffield does not have any walls, so if the barbarians do get too close to it, then it'll be in a bit of a pickle. But all things considered, it's not so bad. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. I'm just gonna automate the movement of these guys. Speed things up a bit. I'll keep this guy fortified and healed up. And then this warrior's probably gonna die, and he's got a promotion too. I don't want it to be like this, but he's gonna die. The archer's gonna shoot him next turn, and he's gonna die. And it looks like I have another option to continue trading. I don't think I'm gonna send it back to La Venta. The faith in the gold is nice, but I would like a little bit of extra food and production in my cities for the time being. Or maybe now. Here's the thing. I don't really know what the benefit is for trading with the other civilizations. Like, do they like you more if you trade with them, or does it not matter? I'm not gonna do it right now, but I'm just curious. So if anybody knows sort of what happens when you trade with another civ, please tell me, because I don't know. Because at the moment, I don't think I've ever had a game where I had a good relationship with the NPCs. It's always either they denounce me for some dumb reasons, or we're just unfriendly, which is unfortunate. You know, because I'm not trying to cause problems. You know, granted, I have ulterior motives. I'm trying to take over the world at some point, but for right now, I'm peaceful. Well, sort of. Relatively peaceful, right? Because we got to deal with these barbarians. Club this man in the head. We are going to No, we're going to finish him off with some arrows. Because this warrior, I don't want him to die because he has a promotion available, and I would like that promotion. I would like that promotion to stay when I turn him into a swordsman. Eventually. In time. So, okay. Smart moves coming. I got an idea. So this is what we're going to do. Right now, we're trying to get a boost for a bunch of different things. We're trying to boost... well, no, I don't really need to boost that. What am I trying... Never mind. I had a good idea. I had something I thought was a good idea, but it wasn't actually a good idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and build a monument and then a granary in this city, because we need all that culture. I would like to get a cultural victory instead of a domination victory, because I feel like just because I know how to play real-time strategy games, I feel like I'm halfway decent at the combat. You know, I understand, you know, spearmen counter horses, and the archery is overpowered because you can snipe stuff without taking damage. You know, things of that nature. So I get the mechanics of the fighting. So I feel like a domination victory would be relatively simple to do. So I'd like to do something a little bit more challenging. For me, anyway. I know there's definitely people out there that can quite easily get a cultural victory without even batting an eye, but I am not one of those people. Cause I'm not good at Civilization, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah, Leventa coming to help me finally. They're slacking. They got swordsmen and everything, and they're not helping me as much as I would like them to. But I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm not that good at Civilization. And we just got an inspiration towards mercenaries. That is very cool. So we're gonna continue. You know, because as much as I play the game and as much as I learn about it and as much as I improve, because I'm better at Civilization now than I was, you know, X amount of days ago when I first picked it up or what have you. But I still feel like I am shit at this game for some reason. And I can't for the life, because I would like to make guides for Civilization, but most of the time I feel like I'm just kind of in the aether, just sort of going with the flow and not really doing anything valuable, and I just don't really know. I just don't really know what's going on. And I feel like my scouts are completely useless right now. You know what? Maybe let's check and see if that barbarian camp is actually free, so I can disable it from spawning any more units. So the 1,000-year war with the barbarians is about to come to an end. You know, I don't know. Does anybody else have that feeling with any other games that they play? That do they feel like they just never get better at them for some reason? Why are you not automatically moving? Is it because somebody's in the way? I thought I set you on a path to automatically move. Whatever. Yeah, you know, because, you know, I'm always going to go back to Titanfall because that's the game I'm playing the most right now. Oh, no, don't you dare try and go back to your camp and fortify in that shit. Get the hell out of here. Damn it, I can't reach it. So, with Titanfall... With Titanfall, you know, I've steadily improved since picking up the game. And my settler is in position to settle. I suppose I will do it right here. This is the only place with iron in the vicinity. This isn't a great place to settle. But I need that iron. Okay, maybe I can make it a little bit better. If I go right here, I'll be a little bit closer to some fish. And I do have the god of the sea, or the whatever the pantheon is for the fish. So if I am in close proximity, well, I guess these fish are kind of close. But my point is, if I'm in close proximity to fish, then I'll be able to actually get some production in this city, because otherwise there's not really that much going on here. Like, this is a very bad city. But I need the iron. I'm gonna take the risk, and I'm just gonna found it right here. And hopefully the growth will be, you know, somewhere in this direction. It's not gonna grow for a while, but you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, look at the production. It's not that great. 15 turns to make a builder. Yeah, okay. Well, we start now. Nah, I'm not gonna. I'll start on the Royal Navy dockyard, and we'll worry about leads another time. For now, we've got bigger fish to fry. Oh, here we go. On a brighter note, we have actually made it into position to found. This is our 4th city. What the hell? I feel like I should put it here. I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, that's where I wanted to put it because I'm gonna get the crabs and I'm gonna get the fish and I'm gonna get the horse. This is what I'm talking about, and it'll grow in this direction, and we're gonna get all of this. We're gonna get all of this, and this one, not the best city either, but you know, it's a whip. It's a work in progress. And once the progress has been sufficiently worked, then it's gonna be real nice. So we'll start off with a builder for now, but we got to make something happen because we're actually at a negative income at the moment. Uh, this is not good. This is a problem. This is a big problem actually. I'm just gonna bring this archer over to this city just because I like having at least one unit in every city on the off chance that something happens. I'll have at least a small amount of defenses.
If I were again beginning my studies, I would follow the advice of Plato and start with mathematics.
I would start with mathematics too, right? It'd be, you know, fun fact for everybody. I went to college for art because I went to public school and they didn't have art programs in my school, or good ones anyway. And when you don't have good art programs in high school, you know, you sort of have this thirst for creativity that never gets satisfied, and it sucks. And then you're like, oh, I wanna find out if the art is truly, if I want to be an artist. So you go to college for art, and then you find out that it's hard as fuck to get a job with an advertising degree, especially if you don't have a good personality type. So we just got a great person. This is Abu al-Qisam. His name don't even fit on the thing, but he can. I actually didn't even read what he can do. Abu al-Kaslim al-Zahral. Okay, so bonus healing for the player's units within one tile. Triggers the Eureka moment for one random technology from the medieval or Renaissance era. Wounded units can heal 5 HP each turn. That's pretty interesting. This great scientist is an interesting fellow. I like him. I'm just gonna keep him around for a minute. I'm not gonna trigger him yet. I'm just gonna kind of have him chill in there because I don't know exactly what I want to do with him or what I should be doing with him. So for the moment, he's just gonna be a bit of dead weight. Well, actually, maybe I should move him over here. And now that he's within one tile, is he going to start healing? Like, is this archer going to heal 5 HP in the next turn? Let's find out if that's how it, or some HP in the next turn. Hey, see, there was a point in time when China was, when Qin Shi Huang was, he thought he could take my city out. He thought he could take out London. But now, he's looking at me like, damn, they got a nice military going on. So, he's impressed. And I'm impressed too. Barbarians spawning more units. Okay, we got to deal with this. This is getting on my damn nerves at this point. But we do have a spearman, and spearmen are the counter to the horsemen. So, you know, this has to stop. This has to be put to an end. Because this is out of control. All right. And this is getting on my nerves. Seriously. These freaking barbarians, man. Alright, yeah. Okay, so let's put the great scientist there. And I guess this white border is his effective range for his... Hold on, let me read it one more time. Yeah, okay. So bonus healing. I don't know if the bonus healing only applies when I fortify units to heal them, or if it's just all the time. But in any case, we're going to work on a harbor right here. Because harbors, the Royal Navy dockyard rather, is the special building for us. It's like a special version of the harbor. It's a nice piece of equipment. And we are going to go get these fish in the next turn because we need that extra income. Holy crap. Okay. What are we going to do here? Monument, granary. Need that extra housing. Go in the city and fortify. Leave me alone. Alright, but in any case, we are just about wrapped up with this episode. And you know what? We did a lot of good stuff right now. And I feel happy. I was thinking for a while that this wasn't going to go so well. And that this was going to wind up being a dud. And that I was going to lose. But at the moment, I'm, you know, all things considered, we're in a decent spot. Our culture and tourism is at the bottom, and granted, that's what we want to do. We want to get that cultural victory, but you know what I'm saying? Once we get established, right? Rome wasn't built in a turn, and neither was England. All right, so once we get thoroughly established, we start getting good production in all our cities. We start getting gold in every capital, right? Theater districts gonna start popping up like crazy. Shakespeare is gonna come to town, and once Shakespeare is here, there's nowhere to go but Broadway. All right, so with all that said, we are going to close it out now. Okay, so now that we're wrapping up, it is time for the surprise that I said I had for Jesse Date. We have named the city that he suggested we found after him, so it is now the city of Date, and this city is going to be vitally important to our success because of all of the abundant resources surrounding it. So there you go, Jesse. You got yourself a city that is going to help us conquer the world. Now, on to the question of the day. What is the most difficult game you've ever played, and do you feel like you ever got good at it or mastered it? For me, I want to say it's Civilization VI. You know, I feel like I have yet to come to terms with all of the different mechanics of the game, even with, you know, roughly 50 or 60 hours in, and that's definitely not a lot by Civilization standards. So what is the most difficult game you've ever played? You know, how much of a ball ache was it? How much of a pain in the ass was it? Did you even beat it, or did you just throw it out and say, you know what, fuck this game, I'm throwing out the CD, or I'm deleting it off my hard drive, I'm not even trying to get a refund on that joint? But in any case, the name of this game is Civilization VI. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.